always try to think of like something on the piano that I can play for like intro elevator music. This is where we're at today. But I was messing around with this and I was like, what was the melody? It was like, there's only one thing, only one thing to take, saving your love in the end, saving your hardest you got, and keeping my love in your stance. And then if you went back to this, so I say goodbye, I miss the love in the dawn, so I settle in the heart. I have no idea. It's just a little something. Hey, how are you guys? How are we doing? Play Temptation King. We got some oldies in there. Okay, I'm actually gonna move. I'll probably go back to the piano at some point, but I'm gonna move to this little sunspot to say hello with you. Even with that plain shirt, you still look good, man. Anytime I'm in LA for a long period of time, I like to dress like I'm just kind of trailer trash. Cause, I don't know. In Oklahoma, I think I try to dress like I'm a little more fancy. But here, I just want to look rugged in LA. I want people to know that if they get into a fight with me, that they're fucked. How are we doing? So I'm here mainly, and I should have done this before I got on, but I wanted to post the pre-save link. Damn. I can't leave the app. I wonder, can anybody find the link for the pre-save for Meet Me Outside? And can you put it in the chat so I can copy it and then I can just post it in here? I should have already done that. And this is why I'm really bad at this. Made you cupcakes and a shirt and a letter? I asked Diggers Factory to sell me the test pressings for your vinyl, and they said I need the artist's permission. Yeah, I think, is that Tom? Just DM me. I'll make sure that that can happen for you. Are there a lot of test pressings that are available of the albums? Because I thought the album, like the vinyl was all sold out. Maybe it's not. I think this has got to go here pretty soon, right? Feels like it's getting a little too long. I think so. I am very excited and a little nervous for Friday of Meet Me Outside coming out. It feels really crazy because we've had these 3 songs kind of like on lock for a long time. Oh, somebody got me the link. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, can I copy it? Let's see. Da-da-da-da. Okay, maybe I'll just have to type it in. Okay, I'm gonna try to just type this in. Of course, here I am trying to promote this record, being like, pre-save, and I don't even have the link. That is typical G, especially right now. I'm surprised. Okay, let's see if that's gonna work. If you have not pre-saved Meet Me Outside yet, I have put a link in the comments, and I think I can pin it, right? Pin comment. Nice. Okay, cool. There it is. Grandpa's working. Grandpa's getting it going. But I was gonna say these 3 songs we've had for a pretty long time, like locked up. And this is and I think I've talked about this before, but so this is my first fully independent journey. Meaning, like, in the times when I've been signed in the past to like an indie label, that still means that the label's paying for everything. The label's like, you know, they have me in a deal, right? This is the first time that like I am not only like running ship on the creative and everything, but I'm also the bank on this music. Like it's fully just all us, all of our internal team. And it feels really freeing and it feels really cool. And I also own the masters now, which is really, really amazing. And so I think like there's a sense, I'm glad that you guys have liked the music thus far, or at least I think you have. Like, I've gotten that sense, right? But there is this feeling kind of now with these songs where, yeah, I'm proud of myself not only for writing and for, you know, being there in the trenches and putting my soul into this music again, but also to like put it out fully independent, to pay for all of it, to do all those things. It's really exciting. Like, I feel I'm a little businessman, which is really cool. I like, somebody said, are you still working with Alex? Of course. Ziabko will not get rid of me for a long time. I'm glad to see you interacting on this social network. I know, we know this from the beginning of time that I struggle on socials sometimes. It's tough, you know. I remember times even when I was a kid that like the team, and especially Interscope at the time, would be like, he needs to be on socials more, And even as a kid at like 14 years old, I was like, I want to read. I want to do other things, you know. I want to cook. Like, I just never wanted to be on my phone. And that's still kind of the same. But it's tough now because I feel like for new artists especially, like only the advice that they get is to just live on their phone. And I don't think that's right. I don't think that's good for artists. I think artists need to be creative. I think they need to sleep in. I think they need to go to the piano. I think they need to spend an entire day, an entire week just focusing on a song, you know? But what do I know? What's up with you guys? How have you been feeling? How are we doing? How are we feeling about this Walsh Harris ticket? No. We don't need to get into that. Fuck Donald Trump. Always and forever, baby. Protect your peace. I know. I'll be your intern. That's the thing, is I could get an intern, but, you know, there's only so many people that can tell me there's nobody that can tell me what to do. Not even my boyfriend, not even my parents, sister. I'm untamable. I'm dog sitting, so I have 3 dogs with me and I'm cuddling 2 of them. Okay, that's nice. Hey, hi Greyson Chance Mexico. Mwah, mwah, mwah. If you guys don't know Greyson Chance Mexico, their fan page is amazing. It's so good. The time and effort that goes into that. And there's also a few different fan pages across the world. There's one in the States, we have one in Spain, there's one in Indo, and it's pretty incredible. And those guys just work so hard to promote the music, to do everything, and I'm really grateful for them. And so many of you all have been here since, 15 years ago when all this shit started? That's insane. That's so crazy. Let's give it all the promotion it deserves for Meet Me Outside. Yes. Let's go. I'm really excited. I think if you saw the video I posted today, like, this song hits in so many ways. And it was funny, when I wrote it, I was working with James Droll, who's an incredible artist, an incredible writer, and PJ Harding, who is equally an incredible producer. But we were just talking, and it's really funny, like, the older I'm getting, there's like 2 or 3 relationships in my life in the past that no matter how much time happens, no matter, you know, how many years go by, there are just still these moments where I'm thinking about them. There are moments when I kind of can't get my mind off of them. I'm thinking, where are they? How are they doing? I'm reliving all of the things. And I just go back to those relationships all the time. And I think it's probably because of the way I was treated in them. I was so shitty. I was treated so bad. But I don't know, maybe like I was into that at the age I was, I'm not sure. But these relationships that I just can't forget. And it's funny how, yeah, like, I guess we wrote Meet Me Outside last year, but it's insane that the inspiration behind that song was probably happening like 7 to 8 years ago, which is just bizarre. So the song is naturally pretty sad. But we can be happy when we're promoting it, you know? That's something that can happen. Why don't I like Australia? Very fair point. I've never toured in Australia, and that's not good. We need to get out there. I need to get out to Sydney. I need to get out to Melbourne. I need to go to Perth. I would love to go to Perth. Love how honest you are. Thank you. I don't like at this point. Why not? Say everything. I can relate. Okay, so you guys get it. I need to come to Mexico. Oh, I miss it. I miss Mexico City so much. Going through a breakup, this song will hit me hard. Hey, protect yourself during a breakup time. My God. I've been in the studio this week, and I was telling some stories about, I think a lot of you in this room know about kind of the relationship that inspired Portraits. But that was the most heartbroken I've ever been, ever. He's like one of those three. And like, he is so lucky that, because I was in college at the time, he didn't have a car on our campus. And he is so lucky that he didn't, because when that heartbreak is that real, like, I would have gone to jail if he had a car. Like, I totally would. I dug my key into the side of his... I would have so done that. Like, and the cops would have come up and they would have said, did you do this? And I would have been like, hell yeah, I did that. So he deserved it. So all to say, if you're going through a breakup, protect yourself, get rid of any baseball bats you have in your home. Don't talk to them. It's not worth it. Just move on. There are so many people in this world. If it's ended for a reason. Just move on. Get out of there. Don't go to jail. Singles equal album equal tour. It seems like a good chain of events, I think. So I'll tell you what my plan is, at least for touring. I have, to be completely frank with you, this is probably the first year since, I would say at least since Portraits, maybe even before then, that I've not like been on a run and have not been touring. And I have to say, I've enjoyed not being on the road this year. And the reason why is because I think, let's be completely honest here. Let's talk about it. So, I'll put you there. Can you guys still hear me if I have the phone like that? Can you hear me? Hey. Check 1, check 2. Can you hear me? Yes, okay, good, thank you. So let's go back to the Portraits tour. Oh, it's a little muffled, okay. Let's go back to the Portraits tour. That was 2019. We did like 100+ shows that year. And during that time, I was on the recovery phase of a pretty bad eating disorder. But I was still in it. I think I thought I was further along into the process than I was, but I had a lot of hard times on that tour of getting to sleep and just taking care of myself on a health level. I was drinking a lot to get to bed. It was just, it was tough. It was not a good time. I was very skinny. I wasn't taking care of myself. Got through that. The only part of the night that was good for me on that tour was meeting you guys and doing the show. And everything else felt really blurry and a little confusing at the time. And then COVID happens. Okay. I rescheduled our Trophies World Tour how many times? 10, 15 times because of COVID, because of all the different things. And then I went out on the Palladium tour, and that was my first like big chunk back, right? And I was determined to not drink on the tour because I was like, you can't, like, you need to be sober on this tour. You need to protect yourself and be healthy and all these things. And I think that was a good idea, but I overcorrected because at that point I was eating well again. I was doing okay. And I think I could have had a little more fun on that tour. And I wish I would have, now looking back. I'm glad that I got through it being completely sober, but I kind of wish that I don't know. I wish I would have gone out with the band after like a show and had a beer or two and like, you know, just was a little more easy on myself. And so this is all to say, like, touring is really fucking hard. It is so taxing on your body. It's taxing on, you know, being away for so long and, you know, living in a hotel room every night. And it's tough too because you do this thing where like, I can't explain to you though how much I love the show. When I am up for 90 minutes and I'm able to meet you all and I'm playing, it feels so perfect. It feels so good, and it feels like it's dopamine. It's amazing. It's what I was here. It's like what I was made to do, right? It's the hours leading up to the show. It's the hours after the show that are so fucking hard and so draining. And I think like I've been gigging since I was 12. Since I was 12 years old, I've been on tours. And I think like what I'm striving and hoping to do next year, there's going to be no shows this year, but next year, I've spent a lot of time with the team of talking about like how we can do it in a way that makes sense for me and makes sense that I'm not going out for like 30 to 40 plus dates and just being a little more intentional. So that's kind of where we're at with touring. So I hope you don't take it as a like, oh, he doesn't want to go out and play shows. He doesn't like the shows. I love the shows. The shows are my favorite thing in the world. Meeting you guys, seeing you guys, like that brings me so much joy, and it gives me like a level of importance. But it's just, it's the other things. It's getting to the show that's really tough. I like this comment that says, I can't even imagine the toll touring can take on your physical and mental health. I find even just going away for a weekend hard. Exactly. And so that's kind of where we're at. I was supposed to be, as you guys know, I was supposed to be on a tour this summer with an artist that I love. I still love them so much. I was going to be opening up for them. And that artist called me in February or March. And kind of similar to what I said, they were like, hey, I'm just not feeling ready to be on this tour. And I was like, girl, I get it. I understand. So I used that as a bit of an opportunity this year to just say, okay, maybe I don't need to do shows, and I'm going to pick it up next year. So yeah, who was it? I'm not going to say, because I really hope that it still happens next year. I'll say that it's a she, it's, you know, she's incredible. And I've been a fan for so long. And I respected her honesty too. Like, yeah, in order to go out, like, you got to be ready for it. It's not easy. Was it loud? It was not loud. Love Ari though. When the time comes, we'll be ready. Thanks. And like, yeah, I'm ready to get back to Southeast Asia. I'm ready to get to Mexico. I'm excited for China again. I would love to go back to China. Madison, Wisconsin? Why not? Hell yeah. You saw her in Hadestown. It wasn't Betty. No, it wasn't Betty. Yeah, it was going to be US and Europe. A lot of you guys thought it was Troy. And that was super sweet. But like, what am I going to do on the Troy tour with like songs that are like 60 BPM, me singing at the piano, all these slow ass songs. While like all of the gays are in the crowd doing poppers. I don't think they're gonna like my shit. So yeah, it was never gonna be that tour. Don't forget the Philippines. Please come to South Carolina. Dude, yeah, for real. All of you guys thought it was Troy. And don't get me wrong, Troy is one of my favorite artists 100%, but like, am I gonna play Palladium on that tour? Like, what? You think I'm going to do Meet Me Outside? We're just a little delusional. So am I. My God. I get it. My mantra for this year is just nothing matters. What matters is staying healthy, looking good, calling your friends, calling your parents, doing all the things. That's what matters. Nothing else matters this year. Saw you in Detroit a couple of years ago. At the end of the show, thought about hollering if you wanted to have pizza with us, then chicken. You should have. Maybe I would have done it. Who knows? Yeah, definitely want to go back to the UK too. That's very important. We're just gays being excited over other gays existing. Isn't that the truth? That's so true. You know what's been really cool lately that I've been talking to about, or I've been talking to my friends about, is the fact that if you think of like the 3 hottest artists right now, right? You would think Chapel, you would think Charlie, and you would think Sabrina Carpenter, right? And what's been really inspiring about that is all 3 of them have been around for a minute, been working super hard, been putting music out, been, just doing their thing, focused on the art, and look at where they've come to now. And that's been very, very inspiring to me as of recently, because like this shit's hard. And I think I'm pretty honest with you guys about that. It's tough to wake up every day and to feel like, okay, I'm confident enough to do this. I'm ready to do this. And like, especially once you started when you were 12 years old, right? It's been 15 years since I got signed. What? It's bizarre. So it's not easy all the time. And I've seen my career go up and down and everywhere around. But all you can focus on is, are you good? Are you healthy? And do you like the music? And are you happy with the art you're making? And I'm so happy with the music I'm making right now. I really, really am. And I'm excited to just keep doing it and to just keep on giving you all songs. And in the meantime, like I want to, I love hearing like, yeah, I'm so curious about what you guys are going to think of this batch of music. And, I'm excited to, like I said, design a show for next year, but I just want to keep you fed. That's my number one goal. And I know some people are like, can you get back to portraits? Can you get back to the pop shit and all of those things? And I might, like, I really don't know. But just trust that when I go into the studio, all I'm thinking of is just like my instinct. I'm just like, what feels good? What's the vibe? And I'm at a point now where I really don't want to go long periods of time without giving you guys music. I would just rather like, let's keep it going, Feed us. I will. You all are so sweet. I get so nervous doing these every time. And then I get on here. Everything's good. Favorite 3 artist. And then this one says, what artist do you currently have on repeat? Favorite 3 artists at the moment. Lacey K. Booth. If you don't know Lacey K. Booth, get on it. Queen of Texas. Best voice in like country, but also just like best voice in period. Lacey K. Booth. Moses Sumney's new, I think it's an EP, maybe it's an album. New collection of work is incredible. And I mean, I would say, I guess James Vincent McMorrow, but he's been my top 3 for so long, but I'm such a fan of James. It's really incredible. You put me on to her, such a good voice. Yeah, I love Lacey. She's so good. And it's just that, it's something about that Texas spirit, which is nice. Do I like Tegan and Sarah? Of course. How can you be a queer artist and not like Tegan and Sarah? Like, bow down. They've been around for as long as I've been around. Holy shit, just working. We've all been working so hard. Come to DC, come to Philly. You guys are making me want to tour again. It's going to happen. It's going to happen next year. What's an artist you like that people wouldn't expect? I listen to a lot of like a ton of rap music, which I feel like probably doesn't translate a ton into my music, but I consistently like probably the straightest thing about me. And maybe this isn't true. No, but let's ride with this. Probably like the straightest thing about me is like 90% of the time I'm bumping ASAP. like in the car and like loud and just riding around town, windows down, seat fully back. Like that's, yeah, just looking like a frat boy, just weird. Like it doesn't really make sense, but I love ASAP. I love Nas. Nas is so good. It might not be my straightest trait because I do love football. Somebody just pointed that out. I'm a sports gay. I'm a tough gay. What car do I drive? I have, so it's a little complicated because, so my boyfriend and I have a place in LA. That's where I'm at now. And then I still have my house and my studio in Oklahoma City. So I kind of go back and forth between Oklahoma and LA. And in LA, we have an Audi. And in Oklahoma City, I have a BMW. And I know that's going to come across a certain way, but I grew up fucking poor. I grew up with no money. So I got a little money and we got nice cars and I appreciate them every day. It's the thing. But are you a barb? It's tough right now to be a barb. We're gonna just dodge that. Do I still have the Mustang? I do not have the Mustang anymore, but kind of a cute story, kind of a good story. I have a cousin that I love and have been very, very close to, and my cousin is like very, he's a welder, I think is his official job, lives in Oklahoma. And he always loved the car, had like a deep admiration for it. And so again, my family, like not a lot of money from my family, like at all. And he just always loved the car. I wasn't spending that much time in Oklahoma at the time. And I maybe was thinking about selling it, but I was like, damn, this car is so close to me. Like it's Moses, like this was my first car. Like I love that Mustang. And so one day I was like, hey, would you want it? And he was like, dude, I couldn't give you the money for it right now. And I was like, no, like it's not a money thing. I was like, do you want it? And like, do you feel like you could work on it and keep up with it? Because an old car, even if you replace everything, it's always gonna break down and stuff. And he did, and he was like, yeah, I can of course work on this and I want to. And so yeah, I think at the time he was like, no, dude, I can't take it unless like I pay you something. And I think I told him, I was like, yeah, I'll think about a number. And then we just gave him the car. Like it got towed to his house. And so he has it now. So it's in Tulsa and I've seen it. Like I saw Moses probably like 2 or 3 years ago. And like my cousin has completely like done him up beautifully, like done way more to it than I could have. So that's the story of the Mustang. So it's still around, but it's not in my possession. Off topic, but your eyebrows are fire. Cool. I'll take it. Blunts or joints? Why do you have to choose? Put those things together, baby. I know you guys know this at this point, but I smoke a lot of weed. Ooh, getting some rap recommendations. Is Meet Me Outside the last single before the album? I'm really not sure, to be completely honest. I think probably not. I think I'm still gonna feed you guys maybe like 1 or 2 singles. Just because there's so much music there. And I think I kind of want to keep it rolling. So I'm not so sure yet. I should probably know that. But I think Meet Me Outside to me is, I would say, it was supposed to be the first single. So, of course, in natural me fashion, this was going to be the first song. And then I wrote Rearview Mirror, called Alex, and was like, Rearview Mirror's got to be the first song. And he was like, oh, okay, oh, all right. So we switched everything around. And then it was going to It's kind of exciting because this was always supposed to, like, this was going to be your first entrance into the world. And then now Rearview and Haymaker have done that. So it's kind of interesting to me. So all to say, I'm really excited about this song. And I think lyrically it's sad, but I think it's hopefully the most clear thing. Like, hopefully you know where it's coming from. I think a lot of you do, especially after that video I posted today. And speaking of, let's just move back over here. Baths or showers? That feels a little personal. I'm a bath queen. Okay, I'm gonna put you in here. So what is my favorite line of Meet Me Outside? And by the way, if you've just gotten here, I pinned the pre-save. Okay, so if you haven't pre-saved the song, go and do it. My favorite line. Can you guys hear that piano pretty okay? Can you hear that? Nice. So this song is like guitar driven through and throughout, but when we were thinking about kind of like the way I was going to present it, I really wanted a piano version. So there's a video coming out on Friday with the song. That's the acoustic video that I shot in Oklahoma City. But it's like a jazzy, like it's completely kind of different than the version that will be on like streaming services and stuff. But I'll play a bit of it. In terms of the question of what was my favorite line, I do think this first verse is really special to me. So okay, here we go. I am your cherry at the end of the day. Take the weight that you carry and put it all away. But it's true what they say. Bend enough, you might break. No, people don't change. You give me who you are, but not who you've been. And all of those white picket fences were built to protect it from me. Why can't you see? Why can't you see? Never hang up a frame without a picture inside. Never walk down the aisle, and maybe that's alright. So I keep the car running, baby, meet me outside. So the real version is not that slow, but it's just kind of fun. But you'll get the jazz version on Friday. And then I'm going to do a residency in Vegas where I'm going to do the pop show and then I'm going to do the jazz show. Annie monsters, come on. Where are the little monsters? That was kind of funny. They are really, really different. And it's fun. Like, I love writing things on guitar and then bringing it to the piano because it just changes the vibe. It just sort of changes it all. But there's a lot, even just singing. No, I don't have a residency in Vegas. Not like even just bringing it back to the piano and even singing it out just now. Like, I think probably I mean, like, the thesis of the song is definitely, I'll never meet your parents, I'll never drink their wine, they'll never hang up a frame with our picture inside, never walk down the aisle, and maybe that's alright, so I keep the car running, baby, meet me outside. So that's like kind of the thesis of the whole song, but the lyric of, and you give me who you are, but not who you've been, 'cause all of those white picket fences were built to protect you from me. Why can't you see? That lyric's really special, because you give me who you are, but not who you've been, and all of those white picket fences were built to protect you from me. Shit's sad. Fuck. But that lyric feels really, really special. And so yeah, that's yours on Friday. You know, let me be true to form artist right now. And I hope you stream. You gotta stream my song. And also, still be streaming Rearview Mirror and Haymaker. I listened to Rearview Mirror for the first time since it came out. What was that, like 2 days ago? And I was like, damn. The hits. That falsetto feels pretty good. Hey, can I share one other thing that's super exciting that I was like, oh, I should talk about this on the live. But you all know that I've really, over the years, fancied a cigarette. And then I've really fancied a Juul. And then I really fancied any vape that I could get my hand on, like a little crackhead. But I stopped all nicotine. And I've been, I think it's 10 and a half months that I've had no nicotine whatsoever. Nothing. And I've been really proud of that. And like, truly, don't smoke. Don't do it. It's not cool. It sucks. That was like one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. And I've quit multiple times. Because I started smoking when I was 15. Because I thought it was so cool, and I was hanging out with older boys, and I was like, look at me, like all the things, right? And then, awful. I started smoking drunk cigarettes. Don't do that. Don't do that either, because it's all fun and games where it's like, yeah, you're smoking when you're drinking, and then all of a sudden, it's not that. What was funny, though, the other night is my friend who smokes, like, pulled out his pack, and I was like, hey, can I smell one of those? And he was like, I don't know, like, are you gonna be like tempted? And I was like, no, and I just took it and I smelled it, and I was like, another life, and I gave it back. Because even like, you quit, everybody's like, oh, you quit smoking and you realize how gross it is. No, if anything, I quit smoking and I'm like, oh, I want it so bad, but I won't. I can't, because I have no moderation with nicotine. That's what I told myself. You know? But yeah, I am proud of not doing anything for the past 10 and a half months. Oh, do I smoke? No, but I'm still smoking grass. 100%. You know? It helps me eat, helps me sleep, keeps the skin looking good. Marijuana's a hell of a medicine. Thank you for everything you do for us. Are you kidding? Gosh, thank you all for doing everything. I mean, it feels so crazy that I'm still here and still putting out music. Who knows what single this is now at this point. You know, but the more important thing is, and I think I've at least said this about these 3 songs in particular, there have been chapters in time where I have been on release cycle and I've been putting out music, and I haven't been super happy about it. And I've been putting out the music because either the label was pushing it, or, you know, someone was saying, hey, no, this is the right song. This is the right thing. And I consider it a blessing every release that I have where I'm like, hey, if you love this song, that's so cool. That's still such a privilege and such a thing. And so this song on Friday, Meet Me Outside, I love this song. it captures like a very like particular spot in my heart. And so go out and stream it. I can't wait to celebrate on Friday. I'm going to be very, very excited. And I think I should probably, there's been talks about like maybe wanting to do a streaming party or something, but maybe I'll just hop back on IG Live on Friday. But tell your friends about it. Tell your grandma about it. Tell your parents. Tell everybody. I don't know what accent I'm slipping into. And I think I'm probably going to go soon. I think it's time. Another live Friday. I think I should. Let's do that. Let's plan on that. I'll answer some more questions. Everybody's asking if I can save this live. So if I save it, did I say anything? What did I say? Was there anything controversial in this live? I talked about tour. I talked about drinking on tour. That's nothing. That's easy. Okay. All right. We'll see. Can I do a TikTok live one day? Yeah, I should. I need to be on TikTok more. Okay, let's see if I save it. I don't know if I will. You haven't said anything bad. Okay, that's fair. You said no shows this year. That's controversial. Everyone who wants to know the news and support Gray from Mexico. Yes, go follow Greyson Chance Mexico. They're so amazing. Like I said, multiple fan pages. Like the Greyson Chance US team's amazing. The Indo team is amazing. Like, if you are curious about where there is a like fan club or fan community, and all of them of course talk to each other, but there are some good ones out there, and I'm so blessed and so lucky to have them. So I love you all so much. Thank you for everything. Go enjoy the rest of your night. Be safe, be kind to one another, and fuck Donald Trump. Okay, see you Friday.